gentlemen, welcome back to the second portion of the Rise and Grind Morning Show as we're about to roll into some TikTok time with Betty and jump all into it and find out what she has in store for us as we're about to jump into it. What do you got today for TikTok time?
Oh, I've got so much. Okay, so I'm going to start with some local news. All right. This happened in Pinellas County, which is Pinellas Park, sorry, and it's in Tampa. So check this out. Tell me what you think. We got new neighbors that moved in and do not like our wildlife. So they decided to take matters into their own hands, and the rest of the neighbors went nuts, especially this guy.
He's killing them! I did not mean to kill He killed multiple! Call the sheriff, please! Hey, you're shooting those birds!
Look what he's got in his
Get
phone.
out here! You're shooting those birds! That's totally illegal! You just shot two birds! You shot the duck yesterday!
Blue herons.
You
Those are
killed
protected, by the way.
birds! Hey, call the police! This motherfucker is shooting our birds! He just shot two herons! He shot our ducks yesterday! Right in your pool!
Still
No.
floating in there.
No, what do you want to talk about? Tell me how you just killed these birds! Bring your rifle out here!
Yeah, bring your rifle out
Yeah.
here. That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to yell at you.
You're in
Why
big
don't you go
trouble.
get your rifle?
Talk! Talk! He shot our birds! He killed two herons! He killed our ducks yesterday! Then you shot him! I recorded you shoot this one! You shot one a minute earlier! It was the same one. I was trying to... Bullshit! He flew away and you shot a second one! Hey, man!
I
please
shot him
call the
again to get
sheriff.
him out of the pool. That's how you
I'm
do it.
recording him.
Now the other neighbor came out
You
like,
can't
what is
do
up?
that. You killed our ducks yesterday!
Just shut up and call the cops already.
You shot two! There's
You just admitted he shot
flew
one.
away. He landed. There's two that live here. There's two that live here. You killed it.
I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did. You killed our ducks yesterday. I saw you kill our duck.
Watch, he actually takes the thing out of the
Yeah.
water. And you can see clearly that's a blue
You're
heron.
going to jail. You need to sell this place and get the out of here. I did not buy this place to kill birds, man. Yes, you did. I heard you talking about it when you were here in December. I said I was going to try to get them away. You moved into the bird's house. You cannot kill the animals that live here. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. You got to sell this place and get the out of here. You're not welcome here.
Get out of our neighborhood, you son of a bitch.
These are wild animals.
We don't like you.
That deserve to be here, not you. You guarantee it won't happen.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen again. I'm
You
good.
killed all of them. You shot two herons. You shot our duck yesterday. The local ducks that everyone watches that are practically pets. They were orphaned.
Look, there he goes. And it's a big one, too.
He's killing them. I did not mean to kill He killed multiple.
They just happened to shoot in that
Call the
direction.
sheriff.
Did he go to jail? We don't know.
We don't know
No, we
yet.
We don't know yet. When did this happen? This is new?
Hope
Yeah,
so.
brand new.
All right.
So check that out. So what do you think, Florida people? Let me just give you a warning. When you come to Florida, we do have animals. We have all kinds of stuff, and they
Right.
mind their own business. And don't mess with them. Leave
Who has a
them
problem with
alone.
ducks?
Yeah. Oh, they shit in my pool. Well, yeah, you're in Florida. Move somewhere else.
That not alone on this is crazy.
Yeah. So here we go. These are everybody. It's interesting because they don't really talk about this stuff. But go ahead and play this clip. This is a little bit about our president.
Kasip killed his mom and stepdad back in February so that he could steal from them the money he needed to try to assassinate President Donald Trump. When police arrested the teen, he had $14,000 in cash, jewelry, pictures on his phone of his stepdad's debit and credit cards, along with his stepdad's bank account information. The plan, according to the FBI, was to use a drone with explosives to kill the president and spark a political revolution in the U.S. Court documents state Kasich appears to have written a manifesto calling for the assassination of the President of the United States. He was in touch with other parties about his plan to kill the president and overthrow the government of the United States. Investigators say the teen identified himself as a follower of a neo-Nazi cult that advocates using violence and terrorism to overthrow governments, and he had already paid in part for a drone and explosives to do just that. Other messages found on his phone suggest that he was getting at least some guidance and support from others who claimed to be from abroad and spoke Russian. In several messages, the teen allegedly wrote, "How long will I need to hide before I will be moved to Ukraine? 1 to 2 months? And then, so while in Ukraine, I'll be able to get a normal job and have a normal life?
Show me the
even if
responses.
when it's found out what I did?" This investigation is still very much ongoing. We will likely continue to learn more ahead of his next court appearance, which is on May 7th.
So he killed his mother and his stepfather. I don't know how this is not blaring on every news station. Like, you know,
Right,
it's very
but I want to see the
weird, right?
responses to those
You know what
text
else
messages.
has gone
And
off
those
into the? You
texts.
know what else has gone off into the distance of the news? Plane crashes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
noticed that
They're
too.
gone.
And
Yeah.
the drones.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone off the news. Like, don't talk about them anymore. We're not talking about those anymore.
Here we go. I got
All
some
right.
more for you.
What do you got? Oh, more Fox News alerts. Okay.
And this
Excuse
one's a
me.
good one.
Look at you all over Fox News.
Our tech. I go everywhere,
ready?
so don't be
Yeah,
shocked.
come on, go.
Come on, let's go.
So the feds have charged a man with attacking a Tesla showroom in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the Republican headquarters in the same city.
Look at her reaction to the guy's
So
picture.
here's the suspect. Interesting.
Interesting.
Some interesting lipstick there. 40 years old, Jameson Wagner is now, we are told, in custody. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse looking into who this individual is and reporting on this live from Los Angeles. Hi,
He
William.
didn't only
The
destroy
surveillance
Tesla.
video caught
There's
Jameson
more.
Wagner torching both the Tesla showroom and the GOP headquarters in Albuquerque. And now Wagner, seen here in that black lipstick that you mentioned, is looking at 40 years in prison. Now, FBI Director Kash Patel also credited ATF investigators for linking him to the firebombing at both locations. So at Tesla, they found an intact IED filled with a flammable liquid and graffiti saying "Die Elon, Tesla Nazi Inc." and a swastika on the building and 6 vehicles. Then it was about a month later that cameras picked up the same suspect wearing black clothing and a mask, carrying a white box, where he also firebombed the GOP headquarters and spray painted ICE KKK in perfect lettering on the building.
This was not just an attack on our building. This is an attack on our values, our free speech, and the right of every New Mexican that wants to participate in the democratic process without fear.
So separate video caught the suspect fleeing the scene in a white Hyundai. Then, when police got a search warrant at his home, they found the Hyundai, a white cardboard box containing 8 homemade firebombs, nearly identical to those they found at Tesla and the GOP. And then get this, they found the black and the red spray paint matching the graffiti used at both crime scenes, and then the stencil that was used
The perfect
to
lettering.
put on the phrase ICE KKK that was found at the GOP headquarters perfectly right in his house. So he is charged with several counts of destruction of property by arson. Each carries 5 to 20 year sentence. No word yet, Martha.
Guy's a
whether-
psycho. All right, there you go.
Psycho. So
Definitely.
this is why they're deeming these people terrorists, because they are literally doing terroristic acts. I don't care who.
Yeah, I mean, you can
it's
you,
against.
you use a bomb. It's terrorism. It should be all
Yeah.
there is to it.
All right. Here we go. We got another video.
All right, what we got?
We have not slept one night in 3 months.
Let's talk about mental health.
We've been terrorized, traumatized. It's like a bad nightmare movie.
A horror film that won't end. And many residents inside the Beverly Hills Regency says it's because of this woman, who they call violent and dangerous.
She's in California, by the way.
Sharon Stone, Final Scene Casino. She's tried to set the building on fire with a hot, scalding frying pan, which she's ran after me with. At 3 a.m., she'll start donkey kicking my door.
And she takes her feces and smears it all over
What?
the building.
She has also threatened tenants with a knife. My door is slashed. This woman has clearly and violently assaulted the building manager, which she was arrested for.
We spoke to Jacqueline Saville inside her apartment about a month ago, who says it's a misunderstanding.
I did nothing. This is crazy. I have a machete? Excuse me, do I have a machete?
Do I have a machete?
Yeah, come on.
All right. I'm
So-
wearing a fur coat inside. Do I have a
With
machete?
a cowboy hat.
You psycho.
Psycho. So this is the thing, though. They don't do anything. She lives there. Obviously, she comes from some sort of money, so they're supporting her apartment there. But she's terrorizing her entire complex, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. I don't know, but like back in the day, I don't know. Maybe she needs residence in like a mental hospital. I think that's probably where she needs to go.
Well,
Thank God she don't live in Florida.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're spreading feces on the wall, you
You
got
get
some
2
issues.
bullets when you try to scratch a knife into
Right.
my door. Pop, pop.
How much
Right.
do we tolerate? Like, I understand, like, we have to have like sympathy for people with mental illness, but there's a reason that they need help. Like, that is not normal living, and terrorizing your entire neighborhood, your entire floor of all the tenants that
I'm
live
putting
there.
a ring camera at my door. When she comes to the door with a knife, I'm
Yeah.
getting her arrested
I'm
for
mounting
attempted
a
murder.
gun to the
Right.
back of the door, like just like a little peephole.
I want her arrested for attempted murder.
Yeah,
Right.
like this is crazy that they
Wow.
won't do anything.
Yeah.
So they're being terrorized by basically a psychotic person, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I feel that
Weird.
way every morning.
Right.
All right, we got more. Okay, now let's jump into some more
She
stuff.
didn't catch it.
Oh, well, you can deal with it.
I've been really getting back into the telepathy.
This is so
tapes.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's
I wanna
blowing
watch this.
My absolute mind. Tell me about it. There's this one boy, Houston. His story is just insane. Like, grew up
So these kids are
not
autistic.
speaking, nonverbal, and mom had.
And they've come to a conclusion that they actually have telepathy powers.
She like came home one day. Her son walked downstairs, looked her straight in the eyes, which she said never made eye contact ever, and said, "I love you." Verbally. And she's never spoken in his life. Through that was the beginning, figuring out that he could read people's minds. He could see what they were thinking. It starts with him talking about this place. He says that he goes to this place.
They
with
all
other
go to the
kids,
same
other
place.
People that have this ability of telepathy. They call it the hill. And he says, we meet there, we teach each other things, we pray for each other, and it's like this community of kids that have this ability. They go to the hill. It's not like a physical place. It's like not dimensional. It's like a place where their consciousness goes. And they said, but it's like in the shape of a hill. But it's like not dimensional, but
So all these kids, they have done it with several kids that are on this, that are being tested. They are all autistic, and they have the same thing, even though they've never met. They know each other because supposedly they all meet in this hill, like in their
Subconsciously, yeah.
and that's where they communicate with each other, and they, like I said, they pray for each other. They have like their own community in another realm, another dimension.
Have you followed it deeper than this guy's video?
I am actually, I've been reading up on it, and there is a lot of documentation about it. They actually did a lot of tests between all of them being in different areas and doing the telepathic stuff, where they were actually communicating with each other in different states and everything. So they were able to document all that. So I'm really getting into that right now, and it's out there. It's called the telepathy tapes. So if you're interested in that, I think that would be a really cool thing to explore, because that could open a whole new gate to what autism is.
Right.
I mean, that is incredible. Okay, let's talk some conspiracies now.
All right, what do you got?
Let's go. You remember this guy?
And I do the quotes, well, you'll find
No,
out.
I don't
He
remember.
went and said that
supposedly died
Hollywood was a
after
bunch
jumping
of
off a
baby
bridge
raping and killing and all this stuff, and then
video
he
supposedly
died.
exposing all these elites for doing all these terrible things. Here's what I mean. He created a video saying, "I'm not suicidal."
I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal.
And then he also released a video talking about Seth Green and his children.
At the end of the night, it was me, Seth, and his brother-in-law. And
The guy from Family Guy and all that.
Seth turned to me and opened up this secret bookshelf, and he's like, "This is where we keep the children." And I was like, I tried to just put it out of my mind, but then about a month later, because Seth, Claire, and I were having a dinner at their house, and Seth said, we need to have a talk about chicken.
But here's why I'm making this video. Is because none of them, and who do I mean by them? I mean any single person on TV. None of them at all turn on each other. They don't try to expose anything. They don't try to expose anything anyone else is doing. This is created. He was instructed to say this. And they want you stuck. They want you looking for truth, thinking, oh, it's not a suicide. He was taken out for trying to expose the bad guys. And they want you stuck there. They don't want you finding the real truth that he's not even dead. And he's not even Isaac Cappy.
Boom.
See, this is David Rothschild, a member of the Rothschild family. And if you don't know who the Rothschild family is, I'm going to let you go research that yourself. But let's just say it's part of the very elite class ruling this realm we live in. And boy, doesn't he look like someone to you? Let's take Isaac Cappy and let's change his hair a little bit and then add some glasses. And notice the nose doesn't even change. It's the exact same nose. The exact same.
Boom.
Because Isaac Cappy is David Rothschild. And
The
they
world
create
is a
these narratives
stage,
of
and they are all actors.
pretending to expose other actors so you think there are actually good guys behind the scenes trying to do things. It's what the whole Q movement is. It's what the whole Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell exposing child trafficking is. It's nonsense. It's the lies they create to stop you from getting to the real truth. And the real truth is that none of them die. None of them have accidents, and none of them are sacrificed. They're all part of the group brainwashing, indoctrinating, lying to you so you don't know up from down and left from right and round from flat in who you are and where you live. And as soon as you stop listening to any of these morons, and when I say morons, I mean all of them, everyone on TV, political world, music world, and even unfortunately the athletic world, they are not the people you should be looking to for advice or recommendations or truth. They don't provide truth. They are there to confuse you, to confuse your brain so much, and to get you, the biggest thing is to get you to worship them instead of God. That's it. They want you to worship them. It's what the fallen angels wanted. It's what Lucifer wanted. It's what the stars want. Notice how they're called stars, and in the Bible, angels are referred to as stars, especially in the book of Enoch, because they're the stars of today. They're the fallen angels of today. They want you worshiping them instead of God. So stop listening to these morons, every single one of them. Stop getting mad when I am exposing the people that you look to and you love their TV show. Oh, Jonathan Rumi, you're so great because you play Jesus. He's a freaking liar. He's lying to your face, and you are worshiping him. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
So you
Of course,
can
all
move
this
on
for
to
entertainment purposes. I know these are all great people, and especially none of them are, the opposite gender that they present themselves as. Definitely not. And none of them play other parts, and none of them fake their deaths. They're all great people. Entertainment only.
creepy, huh?
Based on what he said, every celebrity who's ever died has been faking their death. So
There's a lot there.
yeah, there's a lot there. Like, it makes you really think. But he's right. You have to watch the narrative. The narratives are pushed. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. The narratives are pushed by the people behind the scenes, and they push the narratives to their group, and the group believes in the narratives.
Mm-hmm.
And when you decide you want to fall off of that, you fall off of that. What do you got?
All right, let's look at the symbolisms behind our lovely space women's outfits. Let's roll.
Do you really see it? This is the patch that all of the ladies wore on their Blue Origin flight to space yesterday. You can even see their names around it. King, Sanchez, Perry. But when you flip it upside down, you see something completely different. Baphomet. That's right.
Looks
This
like a
patch upside
riot.
down is almost an identical outline of Baphomet, a symbol that often represents Satan. And the flames that are supposed to be coming out of the spaceship are now the flame on the head. And maybe the star is not in the middle of the forehead, but the star's right here. This isn't the first time that we have found the symbol of the Baphomet by things being mirrored or flipped upside down. Remember the King Charles painting from last year? How
Big deal.
when you mirrored it, the middle looked like the Baphomet? Here it is in black and white. It might be easier for you to see. And now when you look at this, it's just too obvious. Let's not pretend that Katy Perry is the queen of symbolism. I had a lot of questions yesterday after the Blue Origin space flight, like why these ladies didn't have to wear helmets into space. But now I want to know about this. Is this just all a big coincidence, or is this symbol done on purpose? As always, I want to know what you think about all of this down below.
What do you like about that outfit?
About the patch?
Well, they were going to be floating upside down anyway, so they made it right side up when you float upside down.
Right.
Like,
I think the patch is 100% something you need to look at. The rich and the elite, and I'm going to say it ahead of time, including Elon Musk, are going to become a problem, and we are going to realize that real soon, and sooner than we ever thought. And this is just another notch in the cabal of psycho-babbleism that goes on in Hollywood. Like, yeah, it's fake. Like, all right, but this is the greatest. By the way, my friend Thea would love this right here. I'm really stepped back by what she said about the helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why no
I hadn't
helmet?
thought about that either.
What about the previous missions that they've done with celebrities? Did they wear helmets?
Yes.
Did Richard did they wear helmets?
Yes.
I don't think they did.
I don't know.
I'd have to know that. Find that out for me, Sean. Why we
That's one of the
on here.
biggest things. Is like the space helmet. That's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, why they wouldn't have it? Because they rather have their extensions flowing in the air. I don't know.
Hold on.
That's a big question.
Right.
All right, so we're looking up right now.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
While he continues to do that, what do we got here?
So let's go ahead and play this video. Supposedly we're screaming the whole time.
Those are like the guide parachutes. There go the drogue parachutes. Just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
Almost like a ride, like a fair ride, you know?
Parachutes that get pulled out.
That screaming inside the capsule.
It's a very soft landing despite the
And we can hear them screaming.
Perception. There it is.
All
All
right.
right, so that's not that alarming because I don't know, but I would think that people would be trained in space to, you know,
They're citizens.
come and
they're freaking out
whatever.
because the thing was free falling and
Yeah.
they're in it. They think that life is getting ready to end.
They do that at the fair over there in Orlando where they put you in a slingshot. And
But
shoot you out.
100% this thing could have been pushed out of a plane.
Yeah.
So
So let's go to the next one and let's get closer to the. Sean, can you go ahead and play that, please?
Yep.
Tomorrow. Next week.
Sorry, I'm typing somewhere else here. This is the one we just watched, right?
I don't know. You're the one in charge
All
of
right.
that.
Here we go.
Okay, so this was the big deal about
Perry's hand. It reveals. Have you noticed the daisy in Katy Perry's hand? It reveals this 11-minute space journey is a hoax. Katy Perry completed her 11-minute space journey yesterday. When she stepped out of the space capsule, people found the daisy in her hand was intact, as fresh as it was before going into space, and not even a bit deformed. This has aroused people's suspicion that perhaps they didn't actually reach space. Firstly, due to the influence of microgravity in space, plants will be squeezed and deformed to varying degrees in space. A freshly picked daisy will deform and wither over time in space, and this daisy would at least shrink by half. Secondly, there is a lack of moisture in space. When the daisy is exposed to space without its root system, the moisture will evaporate rapidly, and the daisy will become dry and turn yellow. However, in Katy Perry's space footage, this daisy has remained intact without any changes. These details prove she might have just set up a space simulation cabin in the studio, and these 11 minutes were just a show. Bezos's Blue Origin Aerospace Company focuses on providing space trips for the wealthy, and they need a grand publicity campaign. But actually going to space costs a huge amount, so they chose to complete this live broadcast in the studio.
Are we getting the moon landing once again to sell a product that may
Wow.
not be existing yet?
Yes, celebrities have worn helmets while traveling to space. While not all celebrities have visited space, those who have, like the ones who have participated in the Crew Dragon demonstration flight on future SpaceX missions, have worn standard astronaut helmets. Astronauts wear helmets in space for safety, allow them to breathe and communicate in the vacuum of space. Right.
So it seems like there's something to that.
Let's keep rolling. But then again,
All right.
this is for entertainment purposes only.
Why do we have to
Blah,
say
blah,
that?
blah.
So we don't get sued?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Like, I'm not allowed to say the truth sometimes.
Right. You're scared.
Watch them open the once
Here's
again.
the door.
Watch them open the pressurized capsule from the inside, not knowing that
Close
it's
that
not
door.
time. It's not cue time yet.
He
And
hasn't
then
put
you
the
have
thingamajiggy on
stage
it.
part where the media shows you all over the news that they're waiting for the guy to open the hatch.
And there we go. Okay, now we're good.
Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
Oh. Boop. Oh, look at how easy that
looks
was.
like it opened pretty easy there. I didn't even really use the tool.
Hey, they came from space.
And once
So
again,
very
the
suspicious.
people
This part's more suspicious than anything, I think.
Right.
Get the hell out.
But maybe they opened it and just wanted it on the
video?
news and
Sure.
did a ceremonial opening for the video.
Of course.
You never know.
Oh, but here, let's talk about.
She said, "What a
You gotta go.
wonder."
We
The
lost
best
some of
part
that
was
one.
when we got back in our seats after Zero G's. Katie sang, "What a wonderful world."
Oh.
She did.
Oh.
Nice. She sang, "What a wonderful world. I see dreams." Oh, yes. Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't.
She just
And she
doesn't.
wouldn't. And then, because everybody said, "Sing roar, sing fireworks," and she said, "It's not about me. I wanted to talk about the world." I know, isn't that nice? You got to ask her about that.
Yeah, their makeup is
Yeah.
amazingly nice still after free falling from the from
Makeup?
space back to the earth.
That ain't gonna make it.
Your whole face would be like, you'd be jacked up. You wouldn't just be all like a fresh makeup came out of.
I understand.
Let's roll more.
They're. I don't know. They're the only thing about this is they're not really going to space.
No, they're not.
They're going to the edge.
If
of
that.
space.
They would. That's what they tell you.
You're gonna free fall
All right.
what
back
they
to
tell
the
you.
earth. Your hair is gonna be jacked up. It's not gonna look right. You're gonna come out.
All
like
right,
you
and
did
here's the
makeup.
footage of Katy Perry in her space fight. The lights.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think if me and Big went to space, this would be the video.
I have to tell you, look at the moon. Wow.
Wow, look at the blue line.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
This guy did it the best.
He did.
I love it.
He did.
All right, so now let's
I
jump. Go ahead. Are you done with the space talk,
Do
or
we
is this
have the
confusing?
full launch? Like, do we have their trip? Did you watch their full trip?
No.
I'm curious. No,
No, I
I'll
did
watch it
not.
after the show.
But yeah, that's what we got. So dig in deeper if you guys want to, or just take what we say and that's it. You got a bunch of stuff on the screen right there, Sean.
By the way, I love this. This you just told me about. So
Yes.
is it you believe this to be real?
Oh yeah, it's happening right now. I went last night on the websites.
Wow. Let's go.
Okie dokie. So
Let's share this with the world. I hope Sarah's watching this.
So as you guys know, the tariffs.
Teaching us how to order.
The tariffs have made an impact on how people are afraid of their shopping and being affected, right? Well, China has decided to come out and start batting heavy. And here's the thing. This is actually going to benefit Americans in general, the American public, because they literally ousted all the designers that were selling you bags for $38,000, like Birkin bags, $40,000. And they said, hey, we're the ones that actually produce them. Here are all the bags. Look at them. This is the quality. This is all stuff. You can have it looked at, and this is how much I pay for this material, this hardware. And guess what? Plus our labor, $600. We can order it for you. And because it's personal consumption, guess what? You don't get affected by the tariffs. So, and as long as you order under $800 and it's for personal, it is yours. There's literally clothes that is being sold in China. Our designers purchase the jeans and shoes and all that stuff for about $1.30.
What about Temu? Why don't they just do it on Temu? Because Temu is their deal.
Temu is the way that they're getting they're basically still jacking up the price. This is getting it directly from the people that make it. So no middleman is what they're saying. No more middleman.
Is it electronics and all that stuff?
Yes.
Or just, all right, go ahead.
Pool
Let's
equipment,
see this.
electronics,
Really?
medical,
Let's see this. Come
everything.
on, play this.
So I've got a few of them.
Teaching us how to order directly from the manufacturer to avoid tariffs. What started off as a tariff war ended up being good for the consumers. Most of us already knew that name brand shoes were made in China. What we didn't know is that it only costs as little as $10 per pair of shoes. That's a markup of 15 to 20 times per pair. With invitations to order direct from the manufacturer, consumers are saving thousands. We're learning that luxury items aren't made in Europe. They're made in China. If what they're saying is true in Europe, they just put their name brand on. I recognize these name brands and they go for over $200 a pair. Notice the price tags on these purses. Direct from China, they go for as little as $1,400. I don't know about you, but it makes me feel like never paying full price for name brand again. Who knew the tariff war would end with a bang? I'm going shopping, that's all I'm saying.
Now,
did you buy anything yet?
No, not yet. I figured out that I had to hit translate because the entire site is in Chinese.
So
I just changed it last night.
It's
and I
gonna
was
be
able to
very
see.
hard. That's why you gotta bet.
These are the websites. So I went ahead and included this. These are the websites plus what they do.
Don't move.
You might want to screenshot this.
Everybody watching this, take a picture, screenshot it, do what you got to do.
And this takes you direct to the Chinese websites of the different product makers. So you are buying direct. You order something, they ask for a deposit, they create the stuff, and then you pay the rest before they ship it out. So that's basically how that works in a lot of them. And some of them I was looking at, and they don't require like a mass amount of purchase.
Right, not like Alibaba.
No, like you don't have to pay you don't have to get a container full. There's actual stuff.
I'm blown away with this.
And then there's another one. And after this one, you could see that. I thought this was so cool to see that has like all the different, and this one separates it by children's clothing, cosmetics, jewelry, accessory, and then the next slide that's going to show up. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, those are the websites where you can order direct. Oh no, the same one we were on, and then press play. And there's furniture, bags, shoes.
Did you find Nikes? Did you go looking for them?
I discovered this last night, very late, so that was kind of like but I did look up like 2 websites, and yes, they are legit, and you can buy directly from
wow.
them. Yeah.
It's going to change the game.
And here's this guy, which I thought we'll end on a happy note.
All right, trying on. Old shoes. Old shoes.
Everybody's making videos like this. Everybody's been making videos of that with that song and acting like they're purchasing directly from China at this point. So it's interesting.
But I don't think anybody in the administration is going to have a problem with this because this was the whole issue. You're taxing us. Now you're going to make it so that my consumers can get the direct. Cool. Right on.
I think that what's happening, it's going to affect the designers, the middleman that are in between that are upcharging.
The designers.
Yeah.
Right.
That's who it's going to affect. The big money.
Designers are pissed.
Yeah, they're pissed.
They'll be so mad.
Super interesting.
I want to sign the show off right now so I can go shopping.
If you want to go through the rabbit hole.
I'm not even lying right now. I'm not even sort of lying.
You can't do that. If you want to go through the rabbit hole, just look up on TikTok Chinese warehouse, and if you look up Chinese warehouse, you're gonna see tons and tons of threads of all this stuff and people.
Is this active right now?
No, that's yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday's. But that's it. That's all I got for you.
Well,
what do you think?
So you really, which is what you do every time you bust out your TikTok. Now I got to go deeper into the space flight like nobody's business.
Now you gotta dig around and surface. See, I just opened your conspiracy mind to the next level.
Well, here's the deal. All right, I'll give you a good example. Let's just say the Kennedy assassination is 100% a setup from the CIA, which it seems like it is.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't do that again.
No.
You don't try to kill the next president with the CIA on a grassy knoll while he's in the convertible.
No.
Because America's already called BS on it.
Right.
So you don't fake another space deal because America's already called BS on it. And now they're like, nah, bro, we're not buying it. And that makes us look like idiots to all the rest of the world. Like, it's just bad. Very bad. This is bad. It's just bad all around.
So Chrissy did chime in, and she says the designer bags are made by hand, and that is why they are so expensive. China is saying that's not true.
Or they make it by hand in their warehouse.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. We don't know. We don't know all the truth. All we know is that we're getting discounts on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, China's saying a lot of stuff. We'll see.
Let me say something I do know. Sarah has a website that she can go to that's in China and pick up a designer bag that is 95% close to the real deal. Like 95%. Like, and I'll give you, they're all over. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, that's to me personally, that's the way you should do it. If I was a millionaire, I'd want you to do it that way. I think it's crazy, but I think you're going to find out that this is just what Christy's saying. You might be able to get some things, but like, I'm going to be surprised if you get real Nikes. Yeah. And just for the record,
but what they're claiming is that they are the real ones, and then they send them stateside or they send them to other places where they then logo them and ship them out.
I actually have one that's Lululemon, because it made me think of Tommy. And I sent that one to Sean directly last night.
Lululemon.
Yeah, check out Lululemon. I'll just go ahead and I'm going to take over. I'll take over again. But the Lululemon one is the actual warehouse that produces for Lululemon, and it is a Chinese warehouse where they sell obviously it's very
does
recognizable.
it say Lululemon on it still?
That's a thing. I'm not sure about that, but they know that these are the producers for Lululemon, and they are from China. It was like the last one I sent you.
The last one you sent me was something about Journey.
Next one up. No.
Yeah, you didn't send it.
Dang it.
And he don't want no grilled chicken or broccoli. Who wants grilled chicken or broccoli?
I know.
How
I'm
gross
trying
is
to
that?
Make it healthy.
And nobody wants that. That's gross too.
Look at that
Eggplant stuffed with a bunch of junk.
I don't even know what that is.
What is that? That looks
Sean,
like throw up on a
the very
plate.
last one, did you get it?
Right. Clearly, I
on
did
Sean
not.
Cody. There one. Yeah, click on that.
This is not. This is higher consciousness. Is this it?
Can you please click on it?
You guys in
That's
China
the one?
are so lucky with cheaper shopping sites like Taobao and
Oh, here's the other one that
there
I
are even
was going
cheaper
to
wholesale
gatekeep, but I'll share it.
Guys in China are so
This tells you the
lucky with
exact
cheaper shopping
website.
sites like Taobao and Pinduoduo. Oh, there are even cheaper wholesale websites. Really? Even cheaper? Yep. A lot of Taobao and Pinduoduo sellers get their stock from this website. For example, if you want to sell shoes, bags, and clothes, mostly for men, you check wsy.com. Prices are super cheap and they offer drop shipping. Price for t-shirts average 30 RMB, shorts for 20 to 30 RMB, and pants for 40 to 50 RMB. And vvic.com, this is a major supply platform for Taobao sellers. If something sells for $7 on Taobao, it's only $3 here, and you can buy single item there. And Keshow.com, they have a huge range of cosmetics and skincare products from different brands and countries. Plus, you can get free samples with your purchase. For home textiles, go to 91jf.com. This site is the best. They have everything.
That one.
Bedding sets, blankets, pillows, you name it. And the prices are even lower than Pinduoduo. If you want to sell kids clothes, go to 5ps.com.
Wow.
New styles, prices are very cheap, and lots of
Can you
Taobao and Pinduoduo
press
sellers
the share and send this to mine?
Well, does everyone in China know about
Messenger.
this website? Not really. I know this because I follow Tina.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm pumped up about this. Is
crazy,
because
huh?
this could change everything for the DJ business.
Oh,
like
there's-
if I can buy something
Yeah,
that's
check that out.
$800 here,
Click
and
the
I
video
can,
before you go.
This one?
Yeah, the one I just sent you. Here's the Lululemon. I should save this one for Tommy.
It's called Zhejiang Jianshen Group, Lululemon's Chinese supplier. It's called Zhejiang Jianshen Group, Jensen Group. Work with Adidas, Puma, Nike, Under Armour, Stans, H&M, Uniqlo, Decathlon. This is a legitimate huge group, and they created a brand under their group called JSC. We can safely assume that this brand used the same material and technology as Lululemon.
Wow.
Hello. Are you wearing any Lululemon today?
Ladies and gentlemen,
He is, see?
Tommy Bohannon. Good morning, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you today.
Good to see you.
I was wondering if you were going to make it.
Yeah, Anna-Cat's on spring break, so it took a little longer to get out of the house.
Aw. You got a full house this week, huh?
Yeah, Katie's got both of them right now.
So we are on the backside of the Tommy Bohannon Playmakers Tailgate Party that happened this past Friday out at the ranch. What I'm going to call a wild success. A wild success.
100%.
And the people there were amazing. Everybody was fun. I had a great time. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it from your point of view.
So the first thing that I want to bring up is just the way the community comes together. Because, I mean, some of our silent or live auction things didn't go, and some of the companies that were in the room there said, you know what, we're going to take it in our own hands, and we're going to donate our services.
Wow.
And they don't have to do that. I mean, there was 2 companies. Well, I guess Dwayne's 3 companies.
Right.
But so there's 4 companies that just looked at us and we were like, you know what, we're going to give another service. And then RC and Chasing Denver, they did their thing, Goliath Fishing, Cody and Colby, you know, and those were all things that happened that day. And
Right.
they just were like, you know what, the funds aren't there just yet, so let's try to do something else.
Right.
And so the Extreme Companies of Florida, ABC Septic Service, those 2, I mean, he gave away an entire septic system.
And a roof. And
a roof.
And Dwayne
And
gave away a
painting.
roof
Yeah,
and
Dwayne-
a paint job.
yeah.
A house
Wow.
painting and a roof.
And Dwayne,
A metal roof.
Extreme
Really?
Company said, you know what, we're going to give away a roof, and we're going to paint somebody's house up to 3,000 square feet.
Right.
Like, that's incredible.
Wow.
And-
I love when he won the DJ booth. He's like, no blackout dates. I was like, but you always got a blackout date. But you know what? Look, I will say that. I'm going to say something, man. Look, the people that were there and the companies that were there have love for what Tommy does. They have passion for what Tommy does. Tommy and Katie, I don't want to. Katie runs this whole thing. Tommy is nothing more than
I'm the pretty face.
Right. He's the pretty face.
And we've all seen my wife.
He's the
so.
draw. And he talks about that. But you know, that's the same thing I said when I built the jersey display. Did you end up signing that before I got sent on its way?
I haven't signed it yet.
All
no.
right. So, you know, when I built that jersey display and I was like, this is, you know, if we can get $1,000 for this will be cool. We're going to give like $2,200 for that jersey.
Listen, and that was, I mean, Jason showed it to me the day of, and that was cool too. I mean, like I said, the people coming together. You know, Jason obviously auctioned off one of his services that he could get paid for.
Right.
I mean, Extreme definitely is somebody that always uses Jason. So
Right.
I mean that's
right. That definitely cost me some money this year.
So it was a double.
Right.
So,
That
I mean,
was
double
a double
donation.
whammy.
That's a double
That was
donation.
the guy that books me every 3 times a year was like, "Hey, I just got one for free."
right. And so I
And
mean,
he didn't. He donated it.
Yeah.
So
the people truly like backing us and seeing our mission and knowing that we're giving back to the kids here in Southwest Florida. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, Extreme, on top of being our title sponsor, gave a ton.
right.
Yeah.
ABC Septic, on top of being a Hall of Fame
And you're
sponsor.
not even, and we're not even talking about Ben, or is that his name? Was it Mark? Mark the
Thomas.
championship
Yeah,
belt.
I was getting to him too.
Right.
But he was the biggest bidder in the room besides the roof, which, I mean, Mark is an incredible individual that, you know, found us. He's from Michigan. He moved here right around Hurricane Ian, and he found us and wanted to give back to the kids of Southwest Florida.
Aw.
So, I mean, it's just an incredible room. It was an incredible night. I mean, and everybody I think that I've talked to's had a blast.
Right. So everything, you know, I was nerve wracked because I was going in only my second year, like I'm wanting to participate and be more a part of it because I'm seeing the difference of what Tommy does, and I'm like, all right, well, what can I do? And then you walk in there like, all right, I hope the jersey, you're auctioning off a jersey for Tommy, and it's going to a great cause, but I hope it goes, and it went well. Then the belt went over like a champ, legitimately like a champ. Like, what a great way to get people pushed to want to win more. And that was the deal. And the silent auction was off the chain. The food was delicious. I love the butt cakes at the end. I now have a complete collection of Tommy Bohannon glasses at my house. You have no idea. He had these. Remember last year they had the black cups that were soft? This year they were clear. And they were like whiskey glasses, but they're soft still.
Oh.
So they can't break. And I love when the kids want to, like, they like to use plastic cups that we throw away and it becomes a waste, but these are perfect. Right. So I kept saying, like at my table, I had 4 extras, and they started coming around picking up extra stuff from the tables at the end of the night.
Leave those there.
Right. That's what I said. I said, don't touch those, and bring me the 4 from that table too, if you don't mind. And she did. She brought me the 4 from that table. I walked out of there double fisted in those things, man, and I love them, man. So, that's the thing. Coach Bob had a time of his life. He kept, he was like, I'm going to have to get out of here. I got things to be at. I was like, bro, you're not leaving till the end. You bought raffle tickets?
Yeah.
And they won raffles.
Did they really?
They did. So, which I was a little jealous of, but I know the secret to the raffle now.
What?
So I bet you I spent $70 on raffle tickets, but like $20 this time, $20 this time, $10 this time, $5 this time. She went up there and dropped a hundo right from jump. Bob's wife, she went up there. I need $100 worth of tickets right now. Went and dropped them into things that she wanted.
Yeah.
And they won something. I can't remember what they won. I'll ask Bob tomorrow. But
I do that too. I just pick like one thing and then I drop $100 worth of tickets in there and hope that I'm the one that gets called.
I mean, if you win, it's an incredible deal.
I mean, I've got a giant amount of tickets in there.
I was taught a trick one time for winning raffles, and I crushed it the day that someone taught me that trick. It's never worked since. And that had to be 10 years ago. I've had to do 5,000 raffles since then. And it's never worked since. But I like it, and I still try it. And I tried it again at Tommy's deal, and it didn't work. So you bend up a little corner of your raffle ticket. And tell me why.
Because it sticks to you when they pull it? Why?
So when you bend up a corner, just a corner, can't make it look obvious. So you bend up a corner, and when everybody else is just dropping raffle tickets, they all lay flat in the bucket. But yours will lay with a little bit of a rise to it.
Easier to grab. Well, now I'm going to do that too. So now you're SOL.
Right. I'm cool with it. I don't mind sharing the secrets of success. You just shared how I'm going to buy Lululemon for $3 a shirt. So have you heard about this?
No.
To fight tariffs, China's decided to sell directly to the consumer all the name brand things and release
They're cutting out
where they get it. Like this won't have Lululemon on it, but this is the person who sells it to Lululemon, and these are the exact things you can get from Lululemon.
Same material, same technology.
So
I'm going to have to try that.
Right.
Because everything besides my socks that I have on right now is Lululemon.
Right. And that's just because those Lululemon socks were dirty.
No, they're like $70 a pair or something crazy.
Right. No, they're like $7 a pair.
20 cents for socks.
Right. Like the things that are happening, like China's like, we'll fight the tariffs. And what's crazy, it's only going to help the consumer. But the world is nuts right now. Speaking of nuts, people were going crazy. The stock market was plummeting. And then it boomed up again. And now it seems a little volatile again.
So yeah, I mean, we got all of our gains back basically, but I mean, regardless of what you're looking at, if you look at it from year over year, you're still up.
Right. I always say go to a 5-year trend and look at it. Don't look at 5 days.
Right.
Look at 5 years and where you would be if you invested 1,000 5 years ago, where it would be today. And that's what you want to look for. That's I was it you that talked to me about crypto one time, and we talked about crypto, and he was like, "Oh, you're looking for the ones that are on this certain percentage over time." And for me, I just want to buy something, forget about it, and hope it like pans out like it did.
And you wake up one day, you're like, "You're a millionaire."
That happened to Charlie. Like, okay. You know that, right?
Huh?
Charlie did that. That's where Charlie got all his gear, where he got his whole business started.
Yeah.
He bought some crypto, went to sleep, woke up one day and checked it, and it was worth like $200,000.
Jeez. Nice.
Now, I would have done completely different amounts of things with that particular money, but you know, and he didn't know what to do with it. Like, he wasn't DJing yet. It was like he bought that all stuff at the end. When he got to the end, he's like, "This is what I need to do. I need to start this business." He'll tell the story himself one day.
That is cool.
But that's when he sold he was buying like pallets of dildos and shit like that.
Yeah. He has like 15 businesses.
Right. Yeah, like he was running like 37 businesses and like a gypsy.
You need a carpet? I can make your carpet.
You know what's funny? Everybody was making those action figure things on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. And I kept thinking, like, what would my action figure be?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a dude with like 37 hats. Like all the accessories would be different hats. DJ hat, podcaster hat, event hat, right? Dad hat, husband hat.
All the hats.
Right. Radio broadcaster hat. Auctioneer hat. Which, by the way, I love doing more than anything in the world. And
anti-turkey commission hat.
Right.
All of it.
High turkey. I don't even know what you're talking about. Here's a question coming in, Tommy. I'm 42 and finally started to think seriously about retirement. I have a 401k through my job, but I'm not sure if I'm contributing enough or should I open up a Roth IRA too? How do I figure out if I'm on track and what the best steps are to catch up if I'm behind?
So we've gone through this a few times, and I'm about liquidity. So, I mean, obviously you put into what the company matches with the 401k. And that's what I would say, that's all you should do. And after that, then there's options. You can either put it in a Roth IRA or, I mean, if you don't hit the income levels, because then we have to do a backdoor Roth, which is a little bit different. So what that means is you have to, if you make too much money, you're not eligible to contribute to a Roth. So you have to open up a traditional IRA and then convert it to a Roth IRA. And so there's little idiosyncrasies that you have to do to be able to still contribute to a Roth. But that's still locking up your money until you're 59 and a half. So if we're opening up a brokerage account that is non-qualified, then we're able to, still invest that money very aggressively, but then you have liquidity within that. And the only thing that you're paying taxes on is the capital gains. So
Which could go away according to the world. The rumor is that the capital gains taxes could disappear.
Or if you're Biden, then you can tax unrealized gains, which is a whole different conversation.
Right.
But for the time being,
I almost got those gains. Tax. Oh, I didn't get them though. No tax. Sorry.
Dang.
But I would
can't even dream about them. You get taxed.
Yeah. I would much rather you invest in what the company matches and then have a non-qualified account for the time being, especially at 41 years old. You have such a long time horizon that you're going to probably need some of that money. Why invest it where you're going to get penalized?
What a great thing he just said. At 40, you're ahead of the game. You got so much time ahead. Like that. That's what everyone needs to know. So many people think at 40 you've missed the investment ball. And it's even harder when you see a kid who's 23 years old who's got 6 cars in the driveway and has done it with some kind of weird way, not actually saving and investing. So you feel like, oh, I'm never going to catch up to that kid. But it's great what Tommy says when you just got to know that it's never too late to start.
Now it's easier when you start early, but
absolutely,
it's never too late.
Much easier when you start early. You're like, when am I going to retire? 75. I'll be dead. That's not good. I've been trying to stick to a budget, but I've always seemed to fall off track, especially with credit card spending. I want to get out of debt and still have a little room for fun money. What's the smartest way to balance paying off debt while living a life without feeling completely restricted?
So the easiest way is have separate bank accounts. Have a bank account that you're going to put money in that you don't even look at. And I think that's the easiest way that you can possibly do it. Your check comes in and you split, okay, I'm going to put 10% into this bank account where I don't even look at it. The rest of it covers bills, fun, everything. That's my expense account. I can go in, I can use that account. If it hits 0 at the end of the month, that's okay because I know that I have that other 10% or 15%, 20%
that I can pull back on.
That I can pull back from if I need to, but I'm not looking at that account. And then at the end of the year, then you have decisions to make with that money. Hey, am I going to pay off debt more aggressively? Am I going to buy things? Am I going to go on vacation? Different things of that nature.
What do you tell somebody who meets with you and you look at their financial background and they have a bunch of credit card debt and they, credit card spending is obviously a problem with them. What do you do? What's your advice to help curtail that?
Well, so we know that obviously credit card debt is the worst kind of debt because it's the highest interest payment.
Right.
No matter what, you're going to have the highest interest on credit cards. So if we can pay with cash, if we can pay off those credit cards each month, because if you're going high on credit cards, then you're overspending. No matter which way you look at it, if you have that, you're overspending what your lifestyle
right.
is
If you're
allowing.
rocking $15,000 in credit card balances, you're outside of your budget.
Exactly. So let's hone in on the budget. Let's make sure that your monthly spending, your daily spending is in track with what you're actually making, and then we can start to take away the debt. Once that debt's gone, that's when we can look at investing and doing the things that are going to help your future.
What's the first thing you ever did to make $1, Tommy?
I started pouring concrete when I was 8 years old.
All right, I'm just curious. Right. That's right. You were your whole family was in that business.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know that I was making money, quote unquote, but that's the first real job that I had. I mean, by the time that I was 8, I was out there pouring concrete in the summers and all that fun stuff.
So, if you were doing something at your own home and it requires concrete, do you do it yourself?
If I have to, I mean, not if it's a big job. I'll let somebody else do that.
All right. Because you did it for so long.
Yeah, when Wayne redid my pool, he had somebody.
That's
come
different,
out.
right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if you were going to put like a 10 by 10 pad in your backyard, would you do that yourself?
Probably.
That's cool. That's a great talent. It's crazy because that talent could make you just as much money as being a financial planner.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and if you grow the business, I mean, there's multiple companies out here that are multi-millionaire.
Concrete is expensive. It's way more expensive than I thought it would be.
I wonder if I can order from China.
Some concrete?
Direct manufacturer.
Just don't get drywall.
Don't get
Yeah, right.
Don't
buy
get the
drywall.
shell.
Yeah.
I'm in my late 20s and just started making enough money to invest beyond my 401k. I keep hearing about index fund, individual stocks, even crypto, but I'm overwhelmed. Where should someone like me start, and how do I build an investment plan? We basically cover this,
Call
right?
somebody.
Right. You're 20. Don't try to do it. You're in your 20s.
No.
That's when you call Tommy. You call Tommy up and be like, hey, man, what do I do now? I'm going to say this. A lot of people will go, and I know that this is probably your number. Well, how much am I giving you? Like,
Right.
where do you make your ends on it as a financial planner? And if I just do it myself, then that money I'm giving you, I could do myself. I'm going to say something that everybody should know. My goals in life are simple. I don't want to do my own driving. I don't want to do my own cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do my own DJing.
Okay, well, okay.
So why the hell would you want to do your own financial planning?
Right.
Oh,
Things in life that you want, if you won all the money in the world and you were the richest man alive, you wouldn't do these things. So why would you do them broke? You're never going to get rich if you do them yourself. Some of them, yes. Laundry, absolutely. Although, just so you know, and I want you to hear this when I say this, I learned this from Ray Higdon. And this is something I learned from Ray Higdon, and I've never forgot it. He taught it to me, and I think it's the greatest thing he ever taught me. He told his wife to go out and price a laundry service.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Because he timed his wife one weekend, and she spent 9 hours doing the laundry. All right? 9 hours.
Yeah.
All right? So he
And then
found
you're mad
out
about it, too.
that he would spend
Yeah,
$250 to have his laundry washed every week. All right? $250. So, divided by 9, his wife's only getting $27 an hour to do the laundry. Like, that's what it is. Right. And he figured out a way that because she has her own business as well, she has her own thing that she does. By her eliminating this, she turned that $27 into $150 because somebody else was doing it, and she was able to work during that time. Now, don't think that spending the $27 an hour or the $250 is so you can sit around and hang out. That's not what it's for. But if you take the time that you spend mowing your lawn,
Mm-hmm.
that you spend cleaning your house, and you reinvest that time into making more money, then that frivolous expense doesn't matter. The same thing goes for financial planning. Tommy and I talked again at his event and the things that I need to do, and I'm working on that. I got it. I'm working on it. All right, I'm making it happen. I'm trying to get to the next step. For me,
Are you eating fruits and vegetables then?
You know what's helping is Izzy's on a salad kick, and then Izzy's on a salad kick. We'll all be on a salad kick because the kid lives off chicken strips. So when she's on a salad kick, I'm like, yes.
I will say that's something that we're missing in Southwest Florida is like a chopped salad restaurant.
Del Prado is putting one up.
Are they?
Del Prado is putting a salad restaurant right around the corner.
That.
Sarah counting it down like we're Jason Deli junkies. I should probably be in their like loyalty member club
Your
because
face on the wall.
because it's the only salad bar in
Jason
town
Jones
that's any
of Jason's
good.
Deli.
Right? It's the only and that's the secret. And the reason we're talking about this when you go get life insurance, which is also something Tommy does, you got to get it a physical, especially at my age, and blood work would require that. And right before that, I was able to see my blood work by my doctor's appointment, and I was like, "Well, this will cost me $20 million to get life insurance. So let's get this in check while I can."
You're like, if I sneeze, I croak, maybe.
Right. So,
like, come on.
and that's my own fault. I got teenagers, and I got a 7-year-old who likes to get out of school. 7-year-old tomorrow who likes to get out of school and go, "I want McDonald's."
Me too.
Right. And everyone should know my problem when I lost all my weight, and I was able to admit this, and it's still my problem, is French fries. If you could get those out of my life, I'd probably lose 10 pounds off the jump. But I'll eat French fries off of any plate, ice cold. It don't matter. I love French fries. I go out to do a bar gig. I want French fries sitting there the whole time like potato chips. Worst thing you put in your body. I had a friend's dad who had to go to the doctor twice to get his colon cleansed from his French fry habit. I don't want to be that guy.
No.
No, you know.
So I'm trying to curtail those things. What I want to build, and since we're talking about this on a side note of the other two questions I have, and I'll get to them in a minute, is I want to build a salad bar at home. But I don't know how. But that's something I want. I want the ability to make a fresh salad on the go at the house all the time. That'll be fresh ingredients.
But not like Pizza Hut salad bar. You can't have that one.
No, but the problem is there's nowhere to put it. Like you can get the small ingredients and put them in little containers, but and we have yet to figure this out. Why, if I go to Jason's Deli and get a big bowl of their lettuce, it's fire and delicious and tastes great and it's just so good.
It's crispy.
I buy the same lettuce at the damn store. It sucks. I don't get it. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but I'm trying to figure it out.
You're buying the bag. They're chopping the lettuce in the bag.
That's the difference.
That's what it is. They're actually getting a head of lettuce.
What?
I doubt Jason's is chopping it. They got it bagged and processed.
No, there's got to be a...
They roll a bag out there to that.
You got some preservatives in there.
There's got to be a...
Right. I feel like that way, too. You're probably right. Ain't nobody cutting that in a bag. I used to be
they
prep
sprayed
cook
some chemicals on theirs to make it crisp.
I used to be the early morning prep cook for Ponderosa for their salad bar, and I would do all the things for their salad bar, and all that's hand cut.
I'd be so much fatter
hand
if
cut?
they were still
all hand cut.
If
Everything.
Ponderosa was still around, I'd be so much fatter.
yeah.
I used to do some bad things there.
Right.
Yeah, Ponderosa
Get the
was...
damn fried chicken, put the cheese sauce on
Right.
it.
Wait until I'm dead. All right.
I used to like the Sizzler. The Sizzler had a good salad bar.
Ponderosa survived here in Fort Myers longer than any other Ponderosa in America, just for the record.
I've never been to a Ponderosa.
Well, you never will now. I think they're gone forever.
No, there's some in Orlando. I seen one.
It was a better Golden Corral, basically.
Oh, is it?
Right.
That's kind of
Poor Golden Corral. They get a bad rap.
There's still one over there.
Why does everybody hate Golden
Colonial,
Corral?
I don't. But my
love the
wife
rolls.
does.
I'll eat those rolls every day.
Breakfast.
Never had the breakfast.
Take me to Golden Corral breakfast and leave me for 2 hours and come back and get me.
Wait, just endless amounts of eggs and sausage? Is that what makes you happy?
Bacon.
Speaking of
French
blood
toast.
It's one of the things I like about the Universal hotels when you go up to that area is you always have the big restaurant with the huge breakfast buffet.
Oh, I like those. Yeah,
those are awesome.
Right.
I don't like buffet for dinner, but I like the
You've
breakfast
seen
buffets.
the Epic Universe stuff. I want to go there so bad.
It looks so cool.
It's the final countdown.
You're
the
almost
23rd, we're
there.
there. So we, as annual pass holders of something that I would love to eliminate from my expenses, but fight with my wife on a regular basis. Every time that bill hits every month, I get pissed.
Really?
We haven't gone this month.
Grand opening, May 22nd.
Sean's still paying for a
23rd.
chiropractor that he
23rd.
hasn't seen in 4 years and refuses to
23rd.
cancel.
It'll be packed. I won't be able to walk in that place. But
We
I'll
could
love
have
every minute
gotten
of it.
Universal
We
again.
tried to get 20-second tickets. We were on there like trying to buy Morgan Wallen tickets for his first concert ever. And it was impossible. Like you couldn't get in there. You in the hotel sold out. People were buying the hotel before they bought the tickets.
Yeah.
So they could be guaranteed
So they
into
could
the
be-
hotel, right? Which we didn't. And by the time we got to the hotel, we're like, you ain't getting in this hotel until December.
Ooh.
The hotel there is supposed to be the nicest hotel on any resort property in any resort in Orlando.
All I know is that they went all out, and the people are talking mad props about the haunted,
Right.
whatever that is, castle.
They did media day already, and my buddy was saying it was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, they said they invested millions of dollars in this, and you could tell.
Is that express for Epic? Wow.
How much?
So getting that.
Still cheaper than Disney.
3, yeah.
I would love to go see
I wonder
that.
if you get them with the hotels. You stay like at Hard Rock now.
Not for the new
Not
park.
Epic?
Not for the new park.
So they got
Universal,
Mario Brothers.
Universal or Epic.
They have How to Train Your Dragon, which is amazing. They use
I
like
know. I
those
keep seeing videos for the dragons
Oh.
walking
Per day,
around and
per
everything.
day. 3-day
Aren't they
pass,
cool?
83 per day.
Yeah.
They're like
I
those
only one
dogs
day.
that they have like for the cops, like the robot bomb
Mhm.
dogs, and now they're dragons. I thought that was genius. I'm like, that is so cool to keep that. I don't know. I love the vibe.
It'll be a good time. I got a couple more. I don't want
I'm
to
a
wrap.
little
I want
jealous.
to make sure we
I
that
wanna
we're
go.
going.
Yeah, I want to go.
Buy your tickets on the old secondary market and
Uh,
come join us.
I don't want to be around so many people.
Mm.
That's
Then
the
you're not
problem.
going
Yeah,
in the next
don't
3
go.
years.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Epic has been so much in the build. Like so many have been talking about it. They're comparing it to what you would see if you went to Japan or one of those Universal
Futuristic
properties.
feeling
Right.
parks. That's cool.
My partner and I are looking to buy our first home next year, and we're unsure if we should wait longer to save money for a down payment or go ahead while rates are still decent. How do we figure out what we can truly afford, and what are the smartest ways to finance a home without getting over our heads? This is more of a
Well, no, I mean it's stuff that I deal with all
All
the
right.
time. So I mean, so what we have to look at is what are you guys making? That's the long and the short of it. We want to make sure that you can afford the monthly payment, and obviously that goes in with now you have to pay for if the water heater breaks, if the AC breaks, all of these different things. So you have to account for that as well. So if your rent is $2,200 a month and you're barely scraping by, then I wouldn't say let's buy a house that's $2,200 a month for a mortgage payment. So we can look at and budget around what your payment should be, because that's really what I look at. I don't look at the overall price of the house. I'm not
Yeah.
looking at if it's 600, 700,000. I'm looking at the interest rate, what your monthly payment's going to be, and then we can look at how much you have to save for your down payment. If I can cash flow the house, it's a 30-year mortgage. So it doesn't really matter what that overall price is. I'm looking at the monthly payment. If you can get somewhere that you're comfortable with, then, you're spending, let's say 25% of your monthly income on your mortgage, then you're still going to be okay, because there's still the living expenses, putting money away for now the other expenses, like, now you have to pay for your lawn. Now you have to pay for like all these different things. Like we were
everything.
talking about the
Right.
conveniences.
Right.
So now we have to account for all of that. So, and still save money for, the things that you want to do, investing, retirement, all of those as well. So
And if you're living in an apartment right now, moving and buying a house, just so you know, it's going to be
Probably don't
different. The electric bill going to be way different.
Right.
Kids and college savings. I just had my first child. For everyone's telling me to start a college fund ASAP. I've heard about 529 plans, but I don't know much beyond that. What's the best way to save for college, and even realistic with everything else we're trying to juggle financially right now?
So there's a few things that I do. The first thing that I do when my kids are born is I buy them a life insurance policy, because Anacat is going to have about $100,000 that's not tied to education by the time she's 18 years old in cash value. And that's only paying about $300 a month for that policy. So that's giving her, double or triple what I'm putting into it. And I'm not going to pay taxes on it whenever I pull that money out. And I don't have to worry about it. Hey, she's not going to go to college, whatever it is. So that's one way. And then we can look at the 529s, the Florida prepay, all of those different things, and see what the best plan of action is. If you think your kid's going to go to college in Florida, the Florida prepay is probably the way to go. If not, we can look at 529 accounts that are in excess. So the problem with the 529 account is if it's not used for education, then you're getting hit with a 10% penalty to pull that money out. So
Right.
that's why I'm looking at a lot of different options so that you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. But a lot of my clients do use that life insurance avenue because Now they're getting a tax-free way that's not tied to the market, that's not education, that's going to grow, and they're able to pull that money out tax-free whenever the time comes.
Well, there you go. If you want to get hold of Tommy when he's not here, TommyBohannonFinancial.com. You want to donate to his organization, Tommy Bohannon Foundation.org. If you want to find Tommy doing crazy things, onlyfans.com / No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Feetfinder.com.
Right.
They're biscuits, so.
Right. Listen, Tommy, I want to thank you again for allowing me to be a part of your event, man. It really was a pleasure to be there. We had a great time watching it.
So for the live auction, I don't have the final number, but I think we were over $70,000 just in the live auction.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Here's what I love is when, and this is what I've learned about your audience. When it's something tangible that they can use, they start bidding like crazy on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you said, I'm going to have somebody clean your house for a year,
Oh, yeah, it's old.
5, 6, 7, 8 grand, like,
Yeah.
they'll bid like crazy on it. But if you said, you can fly to Jamaica and have a fifth of rum with the president of Jamaica, and they're like, I don't know.
It's true.
I got to pack a bag, and I got to make a date.
And we've seen that too. So
Right.
now this year we're going to start working a lot earlier and go to businesses and go to different people and be like, hey, would you donate a service for 3
Right.
months? Like,
Because that's
pool
what-
cleaning for 3 months or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Pool cleaning for a year for my guy? I'm in, bro. I'll pay for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My guy's so good. I just love it's hard to. He was on vacation. I was like, bro, I know you're out of town, but I just switched the water in the hot tub. I need you to come by as soon as you get back.
Like detailing for your
And he was
vehicles.
like-
How many times we put that off? Like, give me a mobile detailer. Come out here and clean my car.
And we had one in the silent auction. We had a single clean
Yeah.
for mobile detailer. So
'Cause that stuff could get expensive too.
You know what I'll be excited about when you start getting these services and stuff in the live auction? That'll free up some of the stuff in the silent auction that can allow me to bid on. Like sometimes I want something and I'm like, man, people are, and here's what happens, and I love this about a good charity, and this happens at all charities. You donate a $500 gift card to Publix,
Yeah.
someone's paying $900 for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a second, I can buy that at Publix for $500. I don't understand. Oh, wait, I'm giving money. All right. So, in essence, you're only giving $400 if you think about it, like if you do something like that. So,
So for the whiskey send off, we're going to do something different next year.
How many of those did you sell?
27.
27 shots at a hundo a pop.
Yeah.
People ran up there.
Really?
I wasn't interested.
So what we're going to do this year?
Was it
is-
good? Was it worth 100?
Wait, what was it?
It was
drank
Pappy
it.
Van Winkle.
What is that? It's like a
it's
very
an expensive whiskey. And so what we did is to kind of usher in the new year of the Tommy Bohannon Foundation and to send off the event the right way,
Mhm.
we auctioned off a shot of Pappy Van Winkle for everybody that wanted to, basically. And it was kind of just a way to usher, hey, this was a great night, and let's send us off to do some more good for the kids in the community. So this year, what we're going to do is I'm going to get a Silly Pint shot glass for everybody that buys the shot as well.
Yeah.
with
And
the
then they
logo
get to
on
keep it.
And then they get to keep
And
it.
they should get a picture with you.
Memorabilia.
Take a picture with you taking a toast for the
We sold
whatever
too many. I didn't get a shot.
expensive.
You didn't get one?
bottle.
I was like,
the girl had a little heavy hand at the beginning too.
Right.
So
I think everybody that pays $500 for a shot gets to do one with Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy will be trash. by the
You
end of the
know
day.
what else is great to watch is the hat sales. So I'm always first to get them because you don't get them early, you won't get one.
Yeah.
So
like the one I have on right here.
Right, that's
that's
last
nice.
year's.
Yeah, this is this is my favorite one because I can wear it with every outfit. So
Right. So the red ones came out this year, and I was like, I can't wait to get this. I'm wearing this to every North game I do.
Yeah.
Right. And I went over and grabbed one, and I was first. Like that was the thing. I wanted to be first, so I went over and grabbed one first. But then I always will do that for here on out. I will always be the first one to buy a hat because it made it feel like I started the trend.
Did you have him sign
And
it?
everyone always buys it.
Did you
right?
have him sign your hat?
No, I don't want to sign my hat. I'm going to wear it. All right.
Okay.
I didn't buy 2. Daddy ain't got money like that.
And put your
All
sweaty
right.
forehead in.
I bought a lot of. I tried to go to Antigua. All right, that's what I was trying to do.
Listen,
All
the
I tried
Hammock
to-
Cove one, Katie and I have been there, and that was one of my favorite vacations. Every room has their own plunge pool, everything you can call. It's all inclusive, so you can call and be like, hey, I want a bottle of champagne and I want breakfast right now.
Really?
And then they bring it here.
Where is this? Antigua?
Antigua. It was Hammock Cove, Antigua.
Oh.
Right.
That sounds lovely.
I'm in. I put a lot of tickets in there. I didn't win it.
You put all the tickets in there?
I did put a lot of tickets in there, and then
You
it
didn't
was.
take any tickets out, did you? You didn't try cheat.
Do you know where I put tickets in? So they have this. They had
Mhm.
all the raffle tickets set up on a table. Then off to the side was this painted table that had like a fish painted on it.
Yeah.
The tarpon table.
The tarpon table. And I look in the box, and there's 2 tickets in there. So I put 4 tickets in there.
Yeah.
So there's 6 tickets in there. 6 tickets.
That's it.
Because the only reason is that it wasn't on the main table.
Oh.
So people
It
were
was
dropping
cool.
all their tickets off, and it was kind of off to the right. So you bought your tickets and went down,
Yeah.
but the table was to the right of the ticket buyer. So if you didn't see the table, you missed it. I missed it the first time. I saw it the second time. And I looked in the box. I said, 2 tickets. Bitch, give me 4. I bought 4 tickets. I dropped them all in there, fully thinking I was going to win this.
Yeah.
Right? The odds are for me. 4 out of
Right.
6 are my tickets. The 2 ticket one money.
Ah!
I didn't win. I was so mad about the table
Dang
over
it.
anything. I didn't let it out. I didn't let anybody know. But when I left there personally, I was like, I should have won that table.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely should have won that table.
It was pretty cool. Remade down in downtown Cape Coral donated it, and it was a tray table, like a dinner table.
Yeah.
And they painted a tarpon on it. It was really cool.
Oh, nice.
There was a lot there. There was a lot of cool things. And I always have a blast. And I always get a little boozy.
Little.
I got to stay off the vodka. That's it,
Little.
man.
I was drinking the Playmaker Pale Ale, so
Margot left. Did he leave early?
he had had a tournament in Fort Lauderdale.
All right,
that
all
night,
right,
or the
right.
next day.
Because I went to go try to bust his head at the table during the ask, and I was like, "Where's his ass at? He ain't here."
As soon as he auctioned
ain't
off
here,
his
but
thing, he was
left.
gone.
Right. He was mad at me. He was like, "You better get 10 grand like you got for RCs." And I didn't get 10 grand for it, so he was mad at me. And he was like, "Man."
Well, the problem was everybody that bid on it last year still hasn't gone, so they're like, "I'm not going to bid on 2."
Right.
RC's dinner thing is always a hit. People love that, and
I've been to one. He's an incredible chef. You wouldn't know it, but I mean, he makes
Well,
incredible food.
How can you not
Really?
when you work on Rachel Ray for a bunch of years?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to work on the Rachel
Right.
Ray show and you're not a good chef, you didn't pay attention on the set,
Right.
right? Rachel Ray was in the same room as you. You better be amazing.
Every day teaching you things, you're like, you pay attention.
That would have been my whole goal in there. Like, how do you do that again? Like, I only know how to make a steak now because of Master Chef and Derek Peltz. That dude taught me.
Yeah.
Derek Fox taught me. I called him up. I was like, I bought a way more expensive steak than I need. How do you make it perfectly? He was like, you're going to overthink it, but let me just tell you the most basic way to make a steak.
That's how I cooked the steak last night with him in the.
That's fantastic.
Aw, with your little kangaroo.
Getting his grill on. He's ready to go.
Nice.
His little roux in his
Oh, and
pouch.
as you can see, we had a leak in the pot filler this weekend, so that's fun.
So it is right, $2,500 a bottle.
So that was for the 10-year.
You
We
should
did
do a
the-
Louis.
we
You
did
said
a
you're
10-year.
getting one for the show next week, right?
Louis, we should do a Louis.
Louis the 13th.
Yeah.
That's out of our price range.
No
I did
way.
the 10-year bottle.
How
This
much is a Louis the 13th? Look up Louis the 13th.
So this is the 20-year, and you did the 10.
I
Yeah.
did the 10,
That's
so it was
probably
like
like 15.
$900.
Louis the third. It's 13, right? The cognac. There it is. Cognac. There you go. Come on, bust that out.
Woo!
What? Are you kidding me?
And Katie said it was, so she was the first official person to walk up to RC and be like, hey, would you auction off a comedy and cooking show?
Really?
So Katie was the one that started that.
Right.
whole- and now he auctions them
You
off.
you guys know I've had 3 shots of this in my life. You want to know where?
No.
You won't believe it when I tell you. Where?
Which one?
I had this. I had
The silver or the...
Couldn't be that one. It's got to be
that
this
one right there. It came in the red box. So whatever comes in that red box.
Is that one, I think.
All right. So this guy shows up at Eddie Fishbowl's.
Holy moly.
This doctor guy
Mhm.
rolls in with his kid with that box and sits down, opens it up, and starts slinging it around. They're like people that he knew. And I was like, that's cool. So I got a shot. And I was like, that's really good. So I got another drink of it. I was like, that's amazing. He gave me 2. Thank you very much. He leaves, comes back the very next week with another bottle of it. And I'm like, bro, why are you bringing $5,000 bottles in here, man? Like, you know that you crazy out of your mind.
You're right.
Nobody in here could even order one shot if that was for
Right.
sale at the bar. They would still be sitting behind the bar. But definitely worth it. I loved it. And I used to, I drank a lot of cognac for a while. And I got to the point to where there was, E&J brandy?
Mm-mm.
Irk
I'm
and
not
Jerk.
familiar with all this
The
stuff.
Irk and Jerk. The E&J brandy. The Irk and Jerk.
What does that mean?
That's the name of brandy they make. E&J.
On a $60,000 bottle.
Right. They got a $147,000 bottle.
I mean, I'm
right
not
there.
a big fan of cognac, but Biggs, if you want to go ahead and bring this one in, I'll go ahead and split it with you.
Right. Oh, you got
Is that a small bottle over there?
It's
Is that why it's
pre-owned.
600?
It's pre-owned.
Right. Well,
Somebody
obviously,
licked it already?
it's not opened. You collect it forever. It goes on your bar.
Oh.
Must be
That's
a
not
baby
something you
bottle.
open. The $5,000 one is the one you
50,
drink
50 milliliter.
milligram,
for $700.
Well, I mean, so whenever I was playing for the Jets, we had a couple guys that liked the high, obviously. But anyways, like when you go to the restaurant, it's like $600 a shot or even more.
Is the rookie pay thing real? Is
I
there
mean, not
really a
as
dinner you go out with?
Not as the lead blocker for the running backs because I was kind of making them money anyway. So,
Right.
For the offensive linemen, 100%. Receivers probably, DBs for sure, linebacker.
You never had to pay as a rookie because you were his blocker.
Yeah.
Ah,
hey,
you don't want that guy just to be like, you know what dinner cost me, right? Boy, you gonna be wishing to God it was free.
But
just so you know.
So what we would do as running backs is we would go out to eat every week that we were away or whatever. Like if it was a home game, we were not going out, but we would go to one of the nicer steakhouses anywhere we were, and we would just switch off. So it all kind of came back
back around.
Yeah.
And so like positions eat together?
For the most part. I mean, some do, some don't, but every position group that I was with,
Right.
we always went and ate together.
Right on. That's cool. Like don't hang out with the linemen. They're weird. Who are the weird ones on the teams?
Well, so
like
credit card roulette was a real thing too. So if you go out with too many people and they get a little crazy and start buying the Louis the 13th, then you have to put your credit card in and you might be the one paying.
Ooh, yeah.
But we did it a different way. So it was kind of this survivor. So the last card in the basket is the one that paid. So you always want to be the first few. But then that last card, that was the one that paid. So I would always pick my heaviest card. So because we would have like the waitress or somebody
Right.
pick the card. You pick the heaviest card, kind of like you were
right,
saying.
it goes all the way to the bottom, right?
No, you want to be the first one.
Oh,
so she
you're right.
feels that heavy card, pulls it out.
Oh, last
Kind of
so
like
she
the
pulls it-
raffle.
Right.
And yeah.
So this bottle of whiskey can be bought with 4 interest-free payments.
There you go.
You got to
A
finance your bottle of whiskey. You probably shouldn't be buying it.
Yeah.
You're out of your mind.
That's crazy.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, interest free, 4 payments. I don't care if I got $10,000 in the bank. I'm using it. I don't care. That's my style, bro. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna finance it for interest free over 30 payments, I'm taking it.
Well, there's
You're
a difference.
fool.
There's a difference
You're
between
a fool.
There's a difference between choosing to finance it versus having to finance.
I'm gonna give you a good example. I just bought something I wanted to buy
Yeah.
for my DJ business more than anything in the world. Right? I wanted it. Not very much. We're talking less than $500. Okay.
Are you going to share what it is?
All right. No, not yet. Not till I'm
okay.
done promoting it. All right.
All
I'm not gonna give it so everybody else can go get one. I got to be first.
I know.
And
I just like to see you flinch.
So I
You're not
get
first, you're last.
So I get it, and I would like click on it, and I've been to it like 47 times. That's when you know you're ready to buy something.
Right.
You've been to it so many times that it's just time to pull the trigger, right?
Right, you
You go on your
memorized
phone and it's
everything.
like it's already there. Like,
right,
you just-
right. So I go and they're like, "Well, would you like to finance it interest free? Click here."
Huh?
And I click on it. It's like $12 a month interest free for 12 months.
What?
And I'm like, $12 a month? Right. Sold. Send it to my house right now, you dumbasses. $12 a month. Like, it's going to cost you $3 to process that. Like,
Right.
you're losing money on this, sucker.
And then I'll put on my credit card. I have 30 more days.
$12. I'll spend that this afternoon at Dunkin'.
Right.
Like that ain't nothing. Like, I ain't going to miss that.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. So like if I was rich and they want to give me 4 interest-free payments, $80 to buy my booze in my bar, yeah, man. Take that $80. And if I'm rich, I damn sure ain't going to miss $80 a month.
I agree.
Just so you know. One day I'm going to be there. I'm following Tommy's lead. So I can be like, I have a new kid born. $300 a month to education right now. Right now. Oh, look at that. We have somewhere we need to be. I'm going to buy a new bus. Like, it's just, I'm trying to get on Tommy's level.
You can send some interest-free payments to the Tommy
What I've always wanted to
Foundation.
ask you, and I haven't. I'm going to wrap this up, but I'm going to wrap it up with this. Were you taught financial planning like as a kid? Were your parents tough on you to teach you how to save money? Or is this something that you figured out like in high school and college that you needed to be a master of this?
So I think a lot of my education came after the fact. And not because they didn't help me budget or anything like that, but it was more to the fact that I actually, whenever I was playing, I had my own financial advisor. And I really researched it. I wanted to make sure that I was doing things the right way, even with his
guidance
and everything like that. So I was always interested in it. I took classes in it at Wake, obviously, and that's what I focused on, but I still didn't have enough time to manage my own finances, so that's why I had a guy.
Right.
But I was still looking at it, and everything that I tell you guys, like I said, I mean, I lived in the NFL on a $4,500 a month salary, basically. So I sent into my bank account $4,500. Everything else went into my brokerage account. My brokerage account just sat there and continually compounded and grew, but my paycheck was $4,500 a month. Now, as I got older, as I got married, all that, obviously that went up.
Right.
But that was my rookie year. I lived on $4,500.
Which is a lot of money. Like, if you think about it, like, it's a lot of money.
Well, I mean, my
You lived
rent in New Jersey was $36.
Oof, man. You were struggling. What'd you drive to training camp?
So the first thing that I bought whenever I signed my contract and got my signing bonus, I bought a Land Rover LR2, so a pre-owned one, the loaner car.
Right.
So I was kind of smart with that still. And then I bought a ring because I asked Katie to marry me right after right after I got drafted. So that Land Rover, and then she stole the Land Rover.
Well, obviously she's your wife now.
So I get done with the season. I drive the Land Rover back to North Carolina to spend. I get an apartment there, and that's where I do my off-season training, everything. And all of a sudden, I'm driving Katie's Chevy Cobalt, and she's driving the Land Rover to school. So then I got an F-150, and
so because you couldn't go back to training camp in a Cobalt.
Well, no, I was not going back there.
That's it.
The Cobalt's still in the family, actually. It's still at her parents' house.
Right. They last forever. It's a Chevy.
Yeah.
Chevys last forever. Man, well, thank you for being here. It's great having you, bro. Tommy Bohannon, ladies and gentlemen, I gave you all his information. We're with him each and every Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Coach Bob will be back here with us. We'll be here for a Therapy Thursday. It's going to be great. I'm going to go home and make some pizza tacos.
I'm saying.
Right. You guys remember when that repo man comes for the car, don't forget to
save the radio.
Need a C-Wall or Doc? Call 1-844-WB-BILL.
I'm Lizzo.
Hey, this is Tiesto. Turn it up loud.
Can you dance to my beat?
Your favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio.
Can you dance to my beat?
You're listening to the Joshua Tree Stream.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Need your trees trimmed? Call 239-888-6817 on Florida's favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio. Are you ready to turn your construction dreams into reality? Introducing Titan Contracting, your ultimate construction partner in sunny Florida. From their humble beginnings as a family-owned business in North Fort Myers, Titan Contracting has soared to become your master team of skilled contractors. They specialize in roofing, plumbing, electrical work, and remodeling. A one-stop solution for all your construction needs. At Titan Contracting, they're not just builders, they're creators of comfort, architects of aspirations, and engineers of excellence. Imagine a roofing project that stands strong against Florida's unpredictable weather. Picture flawless plumbing that flows seamlessly. Envision electrical work that illuminates your space with brilliance. And don't forget about their expert remodeling services that transform your vision into reality. Ready for the next step? Call today, 239-7 791-8225. Or check them out online at yourtitanteam.com. Whether it's a commercial project or your dream home, Titan Contracting is your trusted partner, committed to delivering excellence from start to finish. Titan Contracting, building dreams, one project at a time.
Hey there, Fort Myers. This is Jamie, the general manager at Dixie Buick GMC, and I've got a secret to share. The best kept secret in town. We've been proudly owned by the same family for a whopping 90 years. Dixie Buick GMC. That's right, 90 years of commitment to our community. And here's the kicker. Absolutely no dealer fees or market adjustment fees. We believe in transparency and giving you the best deal possible. Now, here's an exclusive deal just for our Big Mama Radio listeners. Mention that you heard it on BMR and you'll get $1,000 off your purchase. Yes, you heard it right, $1,000. Dixie Buick GMC. Find us conveniently located on US 41 in Fort Myers. Visit our website at dixiebg.com to check out our extensive inventory or swing by for a test drive. Dixie Buick GMC. And if you want to chat with someone who knows their stuff, give us a call at 239-330-9918. Dixie Buick GMC. Don't miss out on the Dixie Buick GMC experience, where tradition meets top-notch service. Dixie Buick GMC, family-owned, fee-free, and fantastic. See you soon, Fort Myers.
Is your yard looking cluttered with dead branches, overgrown limbs, or trees growing too close for comfort? At Joshua Tree, Inc., our team is here to handle all your tree care needs. Whether it's shaping, removal, or improving the health and safety of your landscape, we provide free consultations and estimates to find the perfect solution for you. When you're ready to revitalize your landscape, trust Joshua Tree for top-notch, reliable tree care services. Call 239-888-6817 or visit myjoshuatree.com. Let's make your trees and your landscape look their best. We're here to help. They say Southwest Florida is the lightning capital of the world. So it only makes sense that the firm that knows Southwest Florida the best is Lightning Realty Group. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, Lightning Realty Group is a full-service brokerage. They even offer complete management services for your property. So put them to work for you. Lightning Realty Group, taking Florida real estate by storm. 239-201-2951 or lightningrealtygroup.llc.com.
I just want
all your hits.
Now I see nothing better. It's the best.
BMR, your